I want to talk how it feels to leave someone that you thought was going to be with you the rest of your life, how the heartbreak feels, how it comes to that point. And if you guys don't know who I am, I just dumped my fiance. We've been together for 2 years, and suffice to say, I'm pretty heartbroken. And I took the advice of all these like alpha male type YouTubers, right? Oh, if she disrespects you, you gotta get out that situation. And I just want to tell you guys that it's not as easy in the moments or even afterwards. In your head, you're gonna feel like, oh, I'm gonna feel so empowered whenever I leave her, whenever I dump her, break up with her, right? But I'm here to tell you guys from personal experience, I've done this twice with the last 2 women I was in a long-term relationship with. Both times, it fucking sucked. Like, you're gonna have a lot of doubts. If you're breaking up with a girl, you're gonna kind of feel like if she loves you and she wants to stay with you, but you don't want to stay with her, it's almost like you're gonna feel almost this like regret, almost like, because we all want to be loved. We all want to be loved. And I will say this, the last 2 girls I was with, the one I just broke up with, they were in love with me. They loved me. They treated me good. Or treated me pretty good, But you're going to feel like shit. If you're a person that's a moral person, that cares about people, that doesn't want to hurt people's feelings, I'm here to tell you that you're going to feel like shit. So what happened with me and my fiance, my ex-fiance, what had happened? So I'm not going to say that everything was perfect because it wasn't. But I met this girl a few years ago. She's beautiful. She's a Mexican girl. She's very beautiful, very pretty, very intelligent, kind, very driven. She's a hard worker. And she fit almost all the criteria I was looking for in a woman. Maybe except just a few. And I'm not going to lie, I love this girl. Right? Like I do. I fell in love with her. I actually left the last girl I was dating, an American chick, to be with this chick. So I had monkey branch from the last woman that I loved to this one, right? Because I wanted to be with her more, right? So everything is great. It's a great, relationship or whatever. And kind of midway through, before we were like fiancés, I had cheated on her. I had met a girl from Argentina on an app for learning Spanish, right? Really beautiful Argentinian chick. And she said, oh, we should practice, so I can learn English, right? And the phone calls and whatnot, it was just like me and this girl would text each other every day to basically like practice quote unquote English, right? And it started turning into more than that. It started turning into like flirting and stuff, like flirting, all this other, to the point where I was starting to plan to go to Argentina to see this girl and to break up with my other girl, right? The Mexican girl. And so there was like, I had started like manifesting like that I was going to end things with my Mexican girl. And I was really conflicted because honestly I liked both of them. I really wanted to be with the Argentinian girl because she was like more attractive to me. And she was like new, like let's be real guys, when we're in a relationship, some other girl comes along. She has kind of like a higher attractiveness rating just because she's different. But I was very conflicted. I kind of like got in too deep with like the Argentinian girl because so what had happened, I told her I didn't have a girlfriend. And what basically happened is one day she found my Instagram. And she saw pictures of me and my girl. And she messages me screenshots and she's like, what the fuck? you know? And, you know, she didn't out me, but she was like, I didn't know you had a girlfriend. I had my suspicions. And so she didn't go and like, hey sis, or message my girl. In fact, she was like, oh, you know, you should break up with her. Like, she wasn't even that mad. She wasn't even that upset, but she was like, you need to break up with her. You know, you need to end things with her. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm waiting for the right moment. This is around like Valentine's Day. I already planned a trip to go see my girl for fucking Valentine's Day. Bro, while I was seeing her for Valentine's Day for a week, I literally had that other girl like waiting for me to message her back. And I told her, I was like, oh, after Valentine's Day, I'm going to break up with her. I'm just going to, you know, do this to like make her happy or whatever. And yeah, it's pretty fucked up, guys. I ain't going to lie. Now I'm saying it. I'm the bad guy in this story, but I'm the bad guy in this story, but whatever. Moving on. So after Valentine's Day, in that, you know, that felt pretty terrible. I feel guilty for that. You know, lying to someone, acting like you love them, like you're gonna marry. And I do love her, but it was like, I wanted the other girl. I don't know. I'm very conflicted. So what happened was, basically, I broke up with my girl over text. And then she called me and I just said, oh, I just, you know, don't want to be with you. Like, I don't even remember the reason I gave her, but she was like heartbroken, distraught. Like I said, my Mexican girl, she's like in love with me. She's obsessed with me. And dude, I feel pretty bad talking about this right now. I'm actually getting sad. But I lied to her. I didn't tell her about the Argentinian chick. So basically, I break up with her, and literally that day, I remember I took these mushroom gummies that I bought at a like shop, and I took these mushroom gummies. There's like fake synthetic fucking magic mushrooms or some shit. And this shit literally fucking, I went to a party that night. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take these mushroom gummies and forget about her. Yo, whatever was in them fucking gummies, it was not shrooms, it was some other shit. I had like one of the worst trips of my life. Like, I'm fucking dying of heartbreak. I'm having a bad trip. I'm literally like, I had to leave the party because of the anxiety. This shit in the gummies, I don't know what the fuck was in there, but it was so strong. It was so strong that it was making me like super uncomfortable, like dissociated from my body, to where like I literally like locked up, like I couldn't even talk. I was having a hard time talking. I was just, felt like I was dying. Right, I was out in the front yard. People started checking on me. I told them, oh, I'm fine. I'm thinking about my girl. I just dumped her. I just fucking dumped a girl for no fucking reason, right? For a fake reason. I just saw her for Valentine's Day. Fucking horrible. I'm tripping on these shrooms, right? One of my friends gets me home, and he notices I'm like fucking geeking out or whatever. And the next couple days, I actually really missed my Mexican girl. Like, really miss her. And I start to think like, dude, I think I fucked up, dude. You know, like, I think I fucked up, man. Like, I think I fucking made the wrong choice, right? You know, the Argentinian chick, like, I was just like, I still liked her, but I was like, dude, I feel like I just got rid of a good person. Like, this person was ride or die. And I just fucking kicked them to the curb. Yeah, it's a terrible feeling, guys. See, this is why I made this video. Like, it's not as easy as you think. You know, if you do love that person, like, you know, dude, you could probably see it in my face right now. I'm fucking starting to feel sick just thinking about it. Like, holy cow. But moving on with the story, we got to move on. I literally prayed to God for this girl to come back to me. I remember I like broke down. I was running one night. I literally cried to God. And I told him, I said, I want her back, God. I want her back. I fucked up. She's a good woman. And I got her back. I messaged her and she forgave me. I told her about the Argentinian girl. She was super upset, super pissed off. I got rid of the girl from Argentina. I canceled the fucking plans to see her. I got back with my Mexican girl. She was super distrustful. The relationship was started off rocky, but it healed. And I was like, all right, I'm sticking with this chick. I'm, no more fucking around. I love her and I want to be with her. And what happened was this relationship had progressed to the point where she's pushing like marriage questions on me, like, oh, kids, living together. So we started the process for her visa. Keep in mind, this isn't just a long distance relationship. I'm like visiting her like every month. I'm seeing her in person every month. I travel to Mexico like once a month to go see this girl, right? To spend time with her, sometimes a week, sometimes 2 weeks. But I am spending time with her and we do like spend a lot of time together. She gets her visa for the United States, right? Her tourist visa. So this is like a few months ago. She comes and lives with me. And she's with me for 40 days. And I want to say, my family really liked her and accepted her. And, she stayed with me. So she stayed with me for 40 days. And, literally, I just lived with her, and it was a very stressful experience. Sorry, guys, if I keep pausing. This is kind of difficult to talk about because now I'm getting a little bit closer to what's going on. So bear with me. Story continues. So she's staying with me. So she's living with me in my house. And I want to say it was really stressful, actually. Like, there was a lot of fighting. There was a lot of stress and things that happened. There was a lot of beautiful moments. There was a lot of dark moments. The first day, we tripped on shrooms together. And we took shrooms and we took too much. We took like 3.5 grams each. And these shrooms, I hadn't tested them yet, but they were super fucking strong. I'm talking super strong. And we were tripping. She had never tripped before. This was stupid, but we were tripping and she freaked out and we were both having like a bad trip. It was her first day here in the US. But once she mellowed out, it turned like into a beautiful experience. Like, we listened to music. We listened to Taylor Swift together. And it was just a beautiful moment, And it was a really beautiful experience. It was up and down. It was like, we're tripping for like 8 hours, man. And there was points where like the bad trip came back, and I was having a hard time communicating with her because she only speaks Spanish and I'm trying to speak Spanish on shrooms and it's like not coming out right. Like, my fucking brain is freaking like, it's not like logically like coming out correct. But I want to say I don't regret that experience. I've never tripped with a woman before. And I tripped with her. And it freaked her out too. She got scared. She got scared because I freaked her out. And it was real difficult. It was real difficult, her living with me. I mean, I loved it. Like I said, I love this girl. And, we're sleeping together. We're cuddling together. We're making love. And I see a future with her. This is a woman I think I'm going to have, like, kids with and eventually marry. And so she has to go back to Mexico, right? She has to go back to Mexico. And I promise, I'm going to see you soon. And this is like us getting closer to now. So she, like I said, she left back to Mexico like a month or two ago. And I promised her, so 5 days ago, 4 days ago, literally this happened 4 fucking days ago. 4 days ago, I have the plane tickets, everything to go see her in Mexico City, right? Everything. And I go see her. The second I land in Mexico City, she's like chewing on me. She's fucking, I show up at like the wrong terminal or something where she was waiting, and she was like pissed off. And that kind of made me mad because we didn't kiss each other when we saw each other. She was like fucking nagging me, and that like made me mad. And so, everything's fine. We have our little argument, but it gets better in the bus. We get the bus back to the hotel, right? We go eat some really good food. That was the first night. That was like 4 days ago. That was the first night. We eat some really good Korean food. We make love. We go to bed. And the second day, I wake up and I'm just not like feeling like good. Like I just feel like tired. I'm not really like enthusiastic to be there. I'm kind of feeling bored. I'm feeling a little bit bored around her. I don't know what it was. But we go out to go get dinner. She wants to go get Six Flags. I'm kind of being like negative. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm like kind of being like fucking negative that morning, right? Kind of acting a little rude. Not enthusiastic. I was like, I'm just tired, She wants to go to Six Flags. I don't know why. I was like, I don't want to go to Six Flags. I don't want to wait in lines. Instead, I say, let's just go back to the hotel. I need to take a nap. We take a nap together. We have sex, some really good sex. And we wake up and I say, we got to go for a run. Like, she's like saying, you're acting negative. You're acting like tired, bored to be around me. And I am acting kind of unenthusiastic to be around her. It's weird. But we go running. She's acting like a brat. She won't run. She's not listening. I'm like, are you fucking serious, dude? Like, why? What are you doing? Like, she's just acting like also negative as well. We're both acting negative. And so we go back to the hotel. We change. I'm like, let's go out to eat. Let's go see a movie, or let's go to go buy some clothes at the mall. We go out to eat at this nice ass restaurant. Right, we have a few glasses of wine. I can tell we're both buzzing. We go walk around and start looking at clothes, makeup, and she wants me to buy her some clothes. And I'm kind of seeing like the prices of the clothes. This is Mexico City. I'm like, yo, these are expensive, and these clothes aren't even that good at this mall. Like, the quality's not that good, and they're expensive, and they're not even that good clothes. There's not a good selection at this mall. And so she wants to get a bracelet. And she wants to get an outfit. And literally, dude, when I say I just refused. I was like, no, I'm not buying. Let's go to a secondhand store tomorrow, like a Goodwill. And she said, do I look like secondhand to you? And so she snaps in public. We start fighting. She starts bringing up money stuff. She's like, you make money so fast. Why can't you just, do this for me? And I'm having this huge argument with her. I'm like, well, it's not your money, number one. We start fighting about money. And I start bringing it, I'm like, it's all about the money, huh? It's all about the money. And she's like, no. And we're arguing. And she brings up the Argentina girl from the past. She was like, you cheated on me with this girl. You were talking to her, blah, blah. And I was like, don't even bring that up. I just want to be more economic. I don't want to spend this money. I'm just trying to save money. Right. And she said, you should go find a girl that's more economic. She's telling me to go find someone else and everything in public. And I came all the way here. I was like, I came here to see you, Mexico City, for you, not for money, so that I could be with you, so I would keep my promise that I'm going to keep up and see you. And I say, you know what, let's go back to the hotel. And this is the point where I start, thinking you know what, this is something in my head told me, like, fucking, this is your chance to fucking put your foot down and like, yo, when you get back to that hotel, like, don't take this shit. I literally saw Andrew Tate in my head. This is crazy. I saw Andrew Tate in my head, and he was like, hey, brother, don't fucking take this shit. Like, what are you gonna do? And I started thinking, like, oh, what would Andrew Tate do? What would Andrew Tate would fucking grab his shit and he would leave, right? So I get back to the hotel. I start packing my bags. And she's like, what are you doing? Like, you're leaving? No, like, don't leave. And I don't want to get too into this part because this is the worst part. We start fighting. I start packing my bags. She starts grabbing my bags, dumping everything out, throwing stuff. She's begging me not to leave. She's crying. She's like, dude, this felt terrible. Like, I was feeling like terrible while doing this. She's begging me. She's saying sorry. She's like, I won't do it again. Please, please, please don't leave. What are you doing? And I'm like, nah, I'm fucking leaving. She tries to body block me. She tries to block me from exiting the hotel room. She tries to, like, she literally tackled me. She would not let me leave. She's like grabbing me, grappling with my body, freaking out, screaming, crying, begging, trying to stop me from leaving. And at this point I was like, guys, I wanted to give her a pass. I really did. I wanted to be like, you know what? I see how distraught you are. Like, I know you're sorry. Like, I'll just let it slide. But I didn't. I kept up with it. I'm like, no, you gotta be a man and fucking go through with this plan. You won't be derailed. You're gonna leave. So I literally, like, left the hotel room. I ripped her off of me. She, like, comes running out. I go down the elevator. I go out. She's calling me. I go out. I disappear into the crowd. I find a hostel. She's out there in the streets at night looking for me till, like, 1 a.m. She's calling my family. She's calling my sister. She's like, what's going on? My family calls me. I tell them what I'm basically telling y'all. And I'm like, oh, and I buy a plane ticket, literally, that night for the next morning, 6 a.m. And I don't tell her. I don't sleep at all. I go to the airport and I get on the plane, and yo, before I got on that plane, I almost turned around. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Like, I'm abandoning someone who I love, someone who loves me. She's calling me, she's texting me, I'm so sorry, please, where are you at? And me and this girl have a lot of history. Me and this girl have a lot of history together. A lot of ups and downs. And I get on the plane, not fully knowing if what I just did was the right thing, because that was like the turning point. Like, you know, even when I was about to board the plane, I was like, yo, I could turn around right now. I could walk out of this fucking airport. And if I want, I can fix things. But I still got on that plane. I jumped on. I get back home, back to my city, back to the United States. She's calling me, and I tell her, oh, I'm back in the US, and she's like in shock. She's like, are you serious? You left? And I'm like, yeah. So later that night, she calls me, and, you know, we have like a nice phone call, and I'm like, I'm not that mad. And part of me wanted to, like, also give her a pass in this moment. But she's like, oh, I'm going to buy a ticket to come see you, like, in a few days, or like in a week, you know, after she would, like, that she was going to come see me this Thursday, you know, we're almost there, that she was going to come here and spend time with me to prove to me that she cares, that she's sorry. And I told her on the phone, and I accepted it. I was like, oh, you can come. Yeah, you can come. Like, I'm kind of like, all right, you know what, let me give her a chance. And But I tell her, I was like, oh, I just want to be straight with you. After what happened, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be with you anymore. And she's like, you're my fiance. Like, we're literally like fiancés, like, and you're just breaking up with me, you know, over this. And this is why I'm saying, like, this is really hard for me to talk about, guys, because this just happened. But, you know, I didn't want to skip over this. This is some life advice, and it deserves to be shared. But she, are you sure? She's like saying, are you sure about this? Are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm sure. And, it just like the phone call turned real dark. And she's like, you know what? Well, I guess I'm not going to come see you then. You know, there's no point. And we end the phone call. The next morning, I get on. She blocked me on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. But she unblocks me on WhatsApp. And she's like, oh, I'm going to send your computer back to you. Or something like that. Send a laptop or something. And so that goes for like a day. And then this morning, she texts me like, I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you. I'm happy for you. Like, I hope you have a good life and whatnot. And it kind of seemed like I could still like she's like, I decided not to see you. Like, she sent like a super long, nice message. Like, I'm not mad at you. If you need anything, you can tell me, you can call me. And, I text her, like, I literally prayed for her, but I did something stupid. That, like, day, or, like, that night before, like, a night ago, I fucking installed Tinder in my area. I fucking glued together a Tinder profile, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not with her, fuck it, I'm gonna boot up Tinder. Dude, some fucking bitch from my town literally screenshot, like, after she sends me that nice message that I want to end things right, or I still love you, some bitch that I know, I don't even know who did it, she won't tell me, screenshots my profile and sends it to her, and she's like, are you serious? Like, oh, this is definitely goodbye now. And I'm like, what the fuck, you know, like, I was supposed to be having a phone call with her tonight, by the way, or something like that, to discuss everything that was going on. But now she said she doesn't want me to call her. And, dude, I feel like I shouldn't have fucking installed that Tinder shit, because now I just look like a fucking asshole, which, you know, I kind of am. But in this, like I said, guys, I'm the bad guy in the story. I ain't gonna fucking gloss it. Like, this is a good girl. And I kind of just fucking got rid of her for some stupid shit or whatever, you know, because it's like, oh, the disrespect. See, that's, guys, I'm on the fence, because if you truly love someone and they truly love you and they disrespect you or something like that, should you just leave them and fucking cut them off, or should you tolerate them and work it out? It's an age-old question. But I won't lie, I can't say I was 100% happy with her, 100% secure with her. See, this is something, I didn't feel obsessed with her. But I was in love with her, right? Like, but I wasn't obsessed with her. I felt like I was just with her because she checked most of the boxes, and because we had a history together. But moving on, yeah, I sent her a long-ass message earlier. I was like, look, I fucking installed Tinder, and I'm not trying to hurt you, and I love you, and, I'm fucking sorry, and, you have a right to your feelings and stuff. I didn't say, like, oh, let's get back together, but I just kind of, like, felt bad. I was like, how can I fucking apologize for this, dude? Like, I don't want to hurt her, I don't want to hurt her feelings, but it's at this point that I think it's at the point where it's done. I think that her seeing the Tinder and me leaving her, like, in the middle of Mexico City, just taking off, grabbing my shit, rejecting her several times. She tried to make it right several times. I rejected her because like, oh, that's what you got to do, bro. Be an alpha male. Just don't fucking, accept her fucking excuses. But after seeing all that, guys, I can tell you right now, like, she did love me. She did want to be with me, have a life together. But I feel really bad. I'm tired of hurting her, guys. I'm really tired of... I feel like I'm just hurting her. I feel like I'm wasting her life. I'm not 100% happy with her. And this is the other part. This is my side. Why did I do all this shit? Right? Well, why would you do this to someone you love? I didn't feel 100% with her. I didn't feel 100% in love with her. I was still thinking about other girls. I was thinking about my life. I was thinking about how getting with her would limit my options. I wouldn't be able to travel the world because I have a wife now and there's kids on the way. And it makes you think, it's like, what really is the better way to live as a man? Is it better to live that guru lifestyle, traveling the world, sleeping with as many girls as possible? Being a player, being a baller, so to speak, right? Being this like pickup artist type character. Oh, I'm sleeping with all these baddies. Or is it legacy? Is it finding a good girl and being a family guy? Having some kids, settling down. And that's the dilemma here, guys. I'm stuck between two worlds. I'm a businessman on the rise. I'm someone who's been traveling more and more frequently. I'm someone who's had the ability to travel increasing over time to where I can kind of start living that guru lifestyle. And then the other part of me was like, you found someone good. You found a good girl finally after so many years of your life dealing with heartbreak, dealing with shitty people. You found a good girl. That is your age. You found a good girl that's your age, that's beautiful, that's very attractive. Yeah, maybe she's not perfect. None of us are. None of us are perfect. But you found yourself a good one. Why do I feel the need to sabotage the fucking relationship? Why do I feel a need to fucking derail marrying this chick, being with a good girl, a traditional girl? Because she was a traditional girl, the trad girl, right? She checked all the boxes. I guess I was afraid to be with her because being with her would limit my options. Being with her would mean I'd have to settle down. And I think subconsciously I manifested the end of this relationship. At any time during this last struggle that happened, I could have, in the hotel room when she said sorry, I could have said it was okay. I could have turned around at the airport. I could have accepted that she was going to come see me here, that she was going to come show me that she's sorry. But I rejected all of that. And on top of that, I made a fucking Tinder and got outed by some bitch in my town. So now I look like, because before that, she was throwing herself at my knees. And, she's the bad guy. Oh, she freaked out. She disrespected me. She made a fit in the hotel room. But now, I can tell. It's open season now, fellas. She's probably not going to feel bad if she goes and sleeps with some random fucking guy. She might have already fucking started talking to other dudes. She doesn't owe me anything now. So I'm conflicted. I'm like, I wanted it all. And this is the fucked up part. My all-win condition was that I would have her, I would be married to her, but that she would be okay with me traveling the world and, you know, sleeping with, like, you know, a random girl here and there, you know, basically having my freedom. But she wasn't that type of girl. She wanted everything to be us together as a team, exclusivity. And I knew that. She told me, she said, I don't want you having any other women on the side, nothing like that. Like, I will fucking leave you if I find out you cheat on me, if you sleep with another girl or whatever. So I'm single now. I'm free, technically. But I just want to let you guys know that this advice you see online, it is true. If you're being mistreated, leave the situation. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to leave your girl. Don't be afraid to put your foot down. But I just want to say, get ready for the fallout. Accept that you may not feel empowered by this. You may not. There's a chance that, you know, girls are humans, women are humans, and they're not perfect. They're like us. They make mistakes. Sometimes women make mistakes, you know, and all this advice out there is to just leave her, dump her, get rid of her, bro. But sometimes it's just a fucking stupid mistake that can be forgiven. And taking that advice, you could easily go too far and get rid of someone that does care about you. Someone that does love you. And this is my warning story because, guys, I feel like shit. I do. And I know I'm going to feel like shit. I know I'll get better. I know that this eventually will pass. This heartbreak will pass. And I won't lie, guys. You know, yeah, I've cried. I've cried a few times since the past few days. Felt like shit. I've been messaging other girls that I met on Tinder already or whatever, and it doesn't feel right. It's like I was like messaging this girl today, and I was like, had this fucking pit in my stomach, and I was like, oh, dude, like, this ain't my girl. Like, I'm messaging like this random bitch. Like, I don't even fucking care about this chick, you know? Like, who the fuck even is this? This is a stranger. And here I am, I got rid of a nice person that cared. I'm not afraid to show you guys my emotions, and I don't have all the answers, guys. I'm still pondering life. I'm still learning. I'm 25. I'm smart enough to know that I don't know everything. I'm smart enough to know that I make mistakes. I've fucked up relationships, self-sabotaged them before. I've done this kind of thing before. Left a good person for stupid reasons, selfish reasons. And the other flip side is that if I had stuck with her, see, this is what makes it, to be a man, you got to make difficult decisions. And I made it. It was, the other fear was that me staying with her, I could have just stayed with her, you know, chose that traditional life, that simple life. You know, oh, you know, let me just settle down with this good girl. She's a good one. Let's start having kids. You know, even though it's not perfect, even though she's a little crazy, she cooks that good ass food. She's loyal. She's funny. She's attractive. She checks almost all the boxes. But my fear was that I would be dissatisfied with her. That I would think about my dreams of traveling the world. I would think about my dreams of traveling the world and fucking bad bitches, you know? And I would have just, that was the other fear. That's kind of the reason why I manifested the end of this, why I kind of pushed myself out of this, because, and I was already having thoughts of ending or not marrying her, the fear. It was literally the fear. The fear of commitment and losing options. Being like, I'm not going to be able to go into this badass country and meet these girls and fight and train and make videos if I continue on this trajectory, because I'll be married. I'll have a wife. And then with that comes kids and everything else. And then there goes my dreams. Oh, I settled. I became a regular guy. So, and that's the thing. I think that's why the reason I push through it, because I'm not a regular guy. And it's okay not to be a regular guy. It's okay not to want an average life. And the part of me that wants the freedom, that wants the liberty, I've read about this before. You actually have like multiple different personalities. You have, or your personality isn't just one version of you. It's like different versions of you. And that's why when you make a difficult decision, it kind of feels like there's two different forces inside of you that are fighting for control. They're fighting for dominance. These two different forces, they're trying to dominate each other. One is trying to convince you, and the other, and it's true. And that's what was going on with this, and that's what is going on with this. I still the more dominant version of me is the one that wants to travel the world, that wants to be single, that wants to, get rid of her, bro. You'll be so much better off without her. You don't want to be tied down to some chick. And then the other side is the version of me that loves her. And look, literally my emotions are changing because that version of me is coming out. It's sad. That version of me feels sad. It feels regret. It feels like, oh, dude, you just got rid of the love of your life, bro. You just got rid of a good chick for no fucking reason. I mean, there is a reason, but I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is that really think about this, really ponder this, and don't be afraid. If you end things with someone, if you end things with a girl and you feel regret, don't be afraid to give her a second chance, to give her a third chance. Like, don't be afraid to give her, like, see how it feels, to be honest with yourself. Like, if you feel like you made a mistake, maybe you did make a mistake, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe you did make a mistake. Maybe you did fuck up. Maybe you did get rid of a good girl for no fucking reason, right? And that's what sucks. We hurt. It sucks. It's like we hurt the people we love. The people we hurt the most is the people we love. And that's what hurts. That's what hurts. I feel a lot of sadness inside of me because I broke someone's heart. This girl, this Mexican chick, several times. There was times where I mistreated her. And yeah, she was very honest with her intentions, what she wanted out of this. And I wasn't. And that's just what happened. She didn't know that I wanted to be free. I didn't know that I wanted to be free. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know that I was gonna feel so bad about this. I didn't think it was gonna feel that way. I thought I was just gonna leave and, I'm free. Everything's gonna work out. But that's my story. That's what's been going on the past few days of my life. Not exactly a self-improvement story, not exactly a business story, just a life story. Real humans, real shit, real emotions, real, nothing's black and white. I've done a lot of good things for this girl. I have. It's not all bad. I've done a lot of things. I've helped her a lot. I've supported her. I've taken her on amazing adventures. We have had some great experiences together. Great memories, great things. It's just sad to think that this is what's sad. Someone that you grow so close to, thinking there's a chance I may never see this person again. The last time I saw her was terrible. It was a terrible experience, the hotel room thing, me leaving the hotel room, me packing my bags, her crying, her begging me not to leave. That's not something you want to think about as like your last memory of this person, your last experience. I guess just saying goodbye and moving on from someone that you just never thought, you never think it's going to end until it does. All right. Peace out, guys.